of people don't know what industrial design is. It's not industrial engineering. Even our designers' families usually don't know what it is after 20 years. It's not mechanical engineering. It's this really cool blend of the creative arts and mechanical arts. So as an industrial designer, we're trained to illustrate ideas, use design thinking tools, things like that, to help people visualize ideas and take things into production. Almost every part or product that you interact with in your daily life has been touched by an industrial designer and mechanical engineer at some point. It's required for that thing to even exist. Here at Catalyst, my role started as industrial design. I was one of the original employees when we started 22 years ago, and I actually worked with a couple of the owners before. We started the company with this idea of being able to have as much under one roof as possible. And I encourage you, if you have the opportunity, to just look at the website. I'm not going to give you the pitch on that, but check us out and see what we do. We have a lot here at Catalyst. Over the years, I've been able to grow into this role as VP of Product Development. Here at Catalyst now, I kind of mentor our customers through the process. I do get to participate in brainstorming sessions, moderating brainstorming sessions, doing concept generation and things like that. And here in just a minute, I'm going to show a slide deck that shows some of the tools and techniques that we use in industrial design, so you get a little bit of an idea on what makes me happy and what I get to do. Since then, here at Catalyst, I've had the benefit of working on a lot of different product categories, everything from juvenile products to construction equipment and things like that. I think they said my name's like 55 patents or something of that nature. So I enjoy helping people generate intellectual property. The Catalyst ecosystem, here we have everything from design, research, prototyping to injection molding and actual production of plastic parts. So I live in this ecosystem at Catalyst in the front end of the development process. I will oversee a project. When you come to Catalyst, I'll work with you as far as developing a project plan, writing a proposal, mentoring you through that process, guiding you through prototyping and things. The ecosystem I live in is product development. So that's everything from consumer research up through the point of a 3D database that's ready to go for production. And that might be here at Catalyst, it might be domestically, it might be overseas, all of the sort. There is an ecosystem beyond Catalyst, though, that I like to tell, especially entrepreneurs, about whenever they come see us. You're facing a big task, investing in your idea. There's a lot of cost to doing that. So I want people to understand that there's a portion that Catalyst can help with, but there's a portion beyond what Catalyst can do. And I'm excited to hear from our other panelists today, Colin, Larry, and Nick. They've experienced a lot of those different things beyond, building a business, pitching your idea to companies and things, developing a marketing plan. So I'm really personally excited about today's conversations. Why I love what I do, as I told you, I grew up with this interest in art. I get to draw for a living now. People might chuckle at, hey, I grew up and I get to play with markers. We do still use markers. Now we use digital sketching tablets and things like that, so it's really fun. But I really enjoy being able to help people visualize their ideas, the things that they're dreaming about, they want to see come to life. And then also, I've had the opportunity to go to different manufacturing plants and learn about materials and processes and what it takes to make something become real. So I like to be able to share that knowledge, and that's a really exciting thing about where I'm at in my career right now. So now I'm going to go ahead and take you into a PowerPoint and let you see a little bit of the process and steps that we use in our We had a customer, Ashland Beveling, come to us a few years ago, and they had a need to develop some face protection for their oil change service bureaus. Their mechanics would sometimes have situations where they would have accidents happen and they needed some protection. The gentleman that we worked with had made several prototypes and wanted to test these out, but he had a difficult time with adoption from his employees. So they asked us to do our thing as industrial designers, and that starts with research. We generate a lot of slides as far as stimulation on what's competitive product look like, what's inspiring in the market, what's some technology that people might be able to use. So we'll take them through this research step. We'll also go out into the field and interview people that are using the product to make sure we understand their unmet needs and what kind of problems that they're having that are meaningful for us to solve, and learn, for instance, here, why don't you want to wear the mock-ups that they've been provided? Then this is the fun stuff. This is where we get to start sketching ideas. We generate as many ideas as we can in brainstorming level, where these are quick and loose drawings, but they show a diverse solution, diverse way of solving problems, right? So we'll share a lot of those. We'll refine those concepts and tighten up on, maybe the aesthetics that somebody likes or the functional details that our customer likes, and narrow down scope, get a little bit more detail in those drawings, start to add a little color so they can see what they become. You can see in this particular one, they locked in on this idea of this really gnarly web design. It's inspired from one of the original pictures of paintball masks. Again, their goal was that we design something that the people will want to wear to provide this protection for them. As we proceed through the process, we'll take you into 3D CAD models. Our designers will capture that concept in 3D space, and then we can provide photo renderings that might be used for presentations and things of that nature. Our engineers will take that database and work through the manufacturing details and the functional attributes of it. This is an example of what the engineers might do. And they'll go through and they'll develop, maybe a simulation to test forces and things there on it. And ultimately, at the end of it here at Catalyst, we have the ability to build the injection mold tool, and we'll be able to manufacture parts. They still order these from us today. We have an order for these, and they've been deployed at a lot of their oil change facilities all around the country. So it's very exciting to show that example. Now, for a little fun show and tell, we're going to share with you a little bit about 2020 and what that meant for Catalyst. We all lived through that, and the need for PPE. That was a struggle for everyone. And at the time, there was a shortage of PPE. There was difficulty getting product from China. For instance, safety goggles. I'll show you some examples of that here. We started a project here last year to develop safety goggles. We couldn't get these in, so we used a slightly different process. It was a very abbreviated process. We knew what we needed to make, but there's a difficulty with safety goggles. They're very difficult to assemble the lens in there, and that's why a lot of things are made in China instead of here domestically. So we had to address how we resolve the assembly detail, and these are some examples of 3D prints that we did during the process to kind of test the fit and things. Very exciting to me personally. I love 3D printing and all the technology in it. It's been a long time waiting to get material that you could really bend and flex. So we tested that. Here's the next generation of that prototype as we work through some changes and engineering details. We worked through how to resolve this lens. We actually came up with a design where we could injection mold the lens, put that into the tool, and overmold all the soft material around it. Catalyst did that last summer, and we produced 30,000 safety goggles. Over here next, you'll see this is the injection mold tool that made that soft material. Here's an example of the safety goggles. So we first mold the lens, then we insert the lens into the tool, and we injection mold the entire soft frame around that. And then later we'll assemble the vents. We actually also made, I'll show you these straps. There was a shortage in elastic. Everything was difficult to get last year. So to solve the elastic problem, we actually injection molded our own straps, and then those get assembled into it. So very exciting, quick project in a couple months, start to finish. We sketched ideas, we developed the CAD model, we built the tool, we manufactured and assembled 30,000 safety goggles for the state of Indiana. So we're happy to be able to do our part and contribute last year. That's a little bit about some of the tools. You'll see in the background, there's a lot of different projects that we've had here, sketches and things like that on the process. A lot of tools in-house that we have to help you along. Thank you very much.